I am coming up to the last of my draft rebuilds for the 2024 NFL draft class. I believe I should only have the Seahawks and the Browns left. If I'm missing another team, let me know down in the comments below. But for this rebuild, of course, we're going to be rebuilding the Seattle Seahawks, but with Byron Murphy. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe, as I would appreciate that. But for the draft for the Seahawks, they addressed offensive line with Christian Haynes. They got Lakeland Tomlinson in the offseason. I mean, for QB, they traded for Sam Howell, and honestly, call me crazy. I'm going to start Sam Howell here. Give him a shot over Geno Smith. But in Madden, Geno Smith is 32 years old, normal dev. He's only going to regress here. And in real life, I know a lot of people love him. He's just not going to win you a Super Bowl. That's the reality of it. He is truly a bridge QB. He did get paid a good chunk of money, probably the most in his career with the Seahawks. He's doing a good job. He came back. A lot of people wrote him off, but he didn't write back. That's the main thing. But I'm going to give Sam Howell a chance here because a lot of people still think Sam Howell deserves a chance. So we're going to see how Sam Howell does. Also, K9, he's a baller. Zach Charbonnet, DK, JSN, Tyler Lockett. A lot of people have been rumoring Tyler Lockett to go to the Steelers, which makes a lot of sense for the Steelers. And then also the Seahawks probably don't really want him too much longer considering his age. His contract isn't horrible, but with his pending contract, you don't know if you want to keep him because of his age. With the offensive line, Christian Haynes, maybe it's not a bad signing. We don't know. Well, I mean draft pick, not signing, but Lakeland Tomlinson, he's a solid signing here for this interior offensive line. Abraham Lucas and Charles Cross seem to be great offensive tackles. We got Noah Fant and Ferrum Brown, I believe that is. I don't know exactly, but defensively, of course, we got Jerron Reed, Leonard Williams, Uchenna Nwosu, Boye Mafe, Draymond Jones. I think this was a total overpay, but I'm just going to start him because why not, I guess. Maybe he does good. Boye Mafe, I know he's a baller in sim, but for now, realistically, I'm going to start Draymond Jones. Byron Murphy, he's going to start next to Leonard Williams. I know technically Leonard Williams profiles as like a 3-4 defensive end, but I'm in a 4-3 here. I moved him inside defensive tackle. He easily has the size to do that. Byron Murphy's going to be the number 2. Tariq Woolen, Devin Witherspoon, arguably, would I say arguably? No, I would probably say they're a top 3 defensive back duo in the NFL. I don't know who number 1 would be, but either way, they're amazing. Linebacking core looking a little bit weak. Jerome Baker was a nice signing, but nothing crazy, losing Jordan Brooks. You got Rashawn Jenkins and Julian Love after cutting Jamal Adams. He's still not on the team, by the way, which is a little bit odd. Draymond Jones, I guess, is going to be the 3-4, not 3-4, I mean 4-3 defensive end for run stopping. Then Boye Mafe's actually going to be the pass rusher here. Leonard Williams, rush defensive tackle. Everything else looks good to me. Pritchett here, I believe defensive back out of Auburn will be the slot guy for us. I'm cool with that. Year number 1, let's see how Sam Howell does at the midseason mark. 4-2, top of the division with Sam Howell. Is he the guy? I mean, our team ranks are mid. Maybe we have an easy schedule. I mean, facing the Cardinals. They're 0-7, bottom of the division. Rough start for the Cardinals, but the Rams are 3-4. 49ers are 3-4, and of course, we are at the top of the division. Scouting national focus. I know it may sound early, but I'm still going to keep it at QB just in case Sam Howell may not be that guy. And for the players ready to negotiate, everyone here, Tuilia Tagovailoa, I believe is how you pronounce that. His brother, his little brother. No, of course, he's not NFL ready. I'm pretty sure he just got picked up on the UDFA just because of his name. So I'm just going to let him walk. He was only on a 1-year deal just because he was a UDFA. Position minimum, that doesn't matter. Really weak class for the re-signings, but that's fine with me. Let's move into the playoffs. And we finished 6-11, bottom of the division. The passing game is not the problem. The defense is the problem, which seems to be always the problem in any of my rebuilds. Stats and awards. Sam Howell looks like a baller. Looks like a top 10 QB, honestly. 10th best offense in the NFL. 29th best defense. Sam Howell, though, 13 interceptions. QB of the future tag. If he pulls a star dev, I might just move with Sam Howell here. 100 pass rating is nice. In Madden, you want it a little higher, but either way, that's a solid pass rating. In real life, that's a great pass rating, but 13 receptions, 31 touchdowns, 4,000 yards. I think he deserves at least another year of evaluation, so maybe I pick a round 2, round 3 QB if there's something there, but as of right now, Sam Howell looks good. K9 here, 1,200 yards, 4.7 per carry, 8 touchdowns is nice. DK with 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. JSN with 10 touchdowns, 2 yards shy of a 1,000-yard season. Tyler Lockett, he's taking a step back here, but he's still not bad. Defensively, Jerome Baker, 119 tackles, 109 for Terrell Dodson, and then tackles for a loss, 19 for Byron Murphy. Great rookie season, along with 6 sacks, and then 8.5 sacks for Leonard Williams, 8 for Uchenna Nwosu, 8 for Boye Mafe. These guys are all distributing sacks very nicely. Interceptions-wise, 3 for Tariq Woolen, and then safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. intro. And the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Who would have guessed DeMarcus Lawrence wins the Super Bowl MVP, and there are no awards here for the Seahawks. In the NFC West, no Seahawks retire. For the team upgrade, Sam Howell does get start ev after being top 10 in the league for passing touchdowns and passing yards. We got the Sam Howell operation here. Let's see how that goes at JSN. Did he already come with Superstar, or does he earn it? I'm pretty sure he already came with Superstar. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Either way, Tyler Lockett is regressing here. Defensively, Byron Murphy goes up to Superstar Dev after starting with Star Dev after having 19 tackles for a loss in his rookie season is great. Terrell Dodson gets star dev as well, and then Tariq Woolen gets superstar dev. That's great for the team. How old is Rashawn Jenkins here? He is 30 years old. I'm going to need new free safety. And for the re-signings, I just don't want anyone here. Josh Allen is in free agency, dude, and he has interest with the team. Like, do I steal this? Uchenna Nwosu, Boye Mafe, Draymond Jones all didn't do horrible. I don't need this, but at the same time, is it really worth passing up a superstar X-Factor edge rusher that has an interest with the team? I don't think so. I think I'm going to be going after this. And he does have the highest interest with our team. And of course, he doesn't sign with the team. Even though he has the highest interest, he goes to the Jets. Thank you, EA. What's the point of even putting the interest meter there if they just say, nah, I'm going to do my own thing? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. So we had a total swing and a miss in free agency. We got Dicker the kicker, so that's nice, and we got Byron Jones as a number 3. We really could have had Josh Allen, but of course, EA said nah. So I really don't like what I have at pick number 8, so I think I'm going to be trading back to pick 26 with the Vikings also getting their next year's first-round pick, and sure, their next year's 7th. That doesn't really matter. Either way, I don't like the safeties on the board. It's a bunch of QBs on the board, which is what I planned for, but at the same time, we're still rolling with Sam Howell for now. And with our pick, the Minnesota Vikings select a wide receiver. They got another Justin Jefferson along with Jordan Addison. Will Edmonds here in the late first round. I saw him when I was at pick number 8. It really wasn't that stacked of a safety class, but he's very balanced in his skill set here, and he's 5'11", 209 out of Michigan State here. He has great speed, elite agility, good strength, run a 4.49 at his combine and his college pro day. Overall, since he's so balanced, I think this is what I'm going to take here. Will Edmonds, Michigan State, hidden dev, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 88 jumping, 92 agility, and he's white, so you know he's a baller. We have Cooper DeJean here at safety. In the second round, picking up a new center, Skyler out of USC, 6'4", 311, 90 strength for a rookie is amazing. Hidden dev, A run block finesse, A's and B's across the board in general. He's going to be the starter immediately. And then in the third round, picking up middle linebacker Cam Kendricks out of Missouri, 6 foot, 226, hidden dev, 87 speed, 88 acceleration, A's and B's across the board. I'm going to move him to right outside linebacker. So now I'm going to be signing a new mentor QB in Joe Flacco. And I like Geno Smith. I know he has the mentor tag, but I can't be paying a backup QB $30 million a year. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to be giving him a new starting role in Nashville, Tennessee with the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis is usually crappy in simulation anyway, so I'm kind of doing them a favor here. But this is the team after the draft. Going to start Joe Flacco over PJ Walker just for the XP. Everything else looks good. Offensive line is developing well. Still need Lakeland Tomlinson's replacement, but I'll worry about that in the next season. And I'm going to move Kendricks to outside linebacker. Kendricks is a 73 overall outside linebacker. That's fine with me, and I guess Boye Mafe is now a higher overall than Draymond Jones, so I guess I'm just going to leave him there as well. Everyone else looks fine, and who's my third string? I guess I don't have a third string defensive tackle, so how much does Draymond Jones weigh? 6'3", 281. I can definitely move this guy to defensive tackle. And Will Edmonds is a 73 overall. He's, of course, going to start over Rashawn Jenkins. Everyone else looks good here. Draymond Jones is the number 3 at defensive tackle, and I'm actually going to put him at the number 2 for defensive end, so that works as well. Specialist-wise, I think everything here looks pretty good. Don't really need to adjust much. So with that being said, Sam Howell, year number 2. Let's see how he does at the midseason mark. We are 5-2, top of the division. Another good start, but will my defense sell once again? Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is balling, but their offense sucks apparently. But team ranks, everything seems to be going well except for the rushing defense. And for the weekly awards against the Cardinals, Jerome Baker gets 6 tackles, 1 interceptions for NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And for the Scouting National Focus, should I do defensive back maybe to replace Byron Jones? We're going to end up having a crazy trio at defensive back with Tariq Woolen, Devin Witherspoon, and maybe another guy. But for the re-signing, Sam Howell does not want to be here. He doesn't like the scheme fit. It's only $20 million a year. And if I pump it up, it's only about $30 million a year, which is what we were paying less to Geno Smith. So I wouldn't mind overpaying for this because we're winning with the scheme. I'm not going to change it whether he doesn't like it or not. But either way, I said doesn't like it or not. I meant whether he likes it or not. Julian Love, I wouldn't mind back, but am I willing to pay a normal development safety who's about to be 27, $13 million a year? Absolutely not. So maybe I tag and trade him. Don't want Laviska Shenault. Byron Jones about to regress pretty hard. Everyone else here, not really interested in. Probably Joe Flacco. I'll re-sign him in the next free agency period so that way he can be a mentor. But Sam Howell, it all depends how he does. Julian Love, I'm not going to trade right now because we're still having a good season. Worst comes to worst, I just tag and trade him. 11-6, second in the division, coming off a loss to the Patriots in Week 18. We sold so hard, but still, I'm glad we made it here with Sam Howell. Our team ranks are looking nice. For the stats and awards, Sam Howell is a baller. He's slowly improving each year. 8th best offense in the NFL, 8th best defense. You love to see it. Almost 4,200 yards, 37 touchdowns, 11 receptions, 106 pass rating. Literally improved in every aspect of his game other than maybe a little bit less yards, but I'm cool with that. Rushing-wise, K9 with 1,200 yards at 4.5 per carry and 10 touchdowns. Sam Howell with 2 rushing touchdowns and Zach Charbonnet with 5. Tyler Lockett here actually leading the team in yards with over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. DK, 8 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. JSN, once again, close to a 1,000-yard season, but not quite there. And once again, another 10-touchdown season for him. Noah Fant getting 70 receptions, 700 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That's great for a tight end. And K9 eating up 7 reception touchdowns. Jerome Baker with 120 tackles, tackles for a loss, 15 for Leonard Williams and Boye Mafe. Sacks, 8 for Leonard Williams, 6 for Byron Murphy, 5.5 for Uchenna Nwosu, and 5 for Boye Mafe. Interceptions, 2 for Devin Witherspoon, 2 for Tariq Woolen, and then safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Can we beat J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings, who we allowed to trade up in the draft to move on to the divisional round? They have 3 boss receivers now. Let's see if we can beat them, and we do. 33-14. They only score 14 on our defense, and this is where we're going to lose because, you know, the Dallas Cowboys, they're just gods in simulations. Rarely I beat them, but can we beat them here? We do, but that's one of those rare times here to face the 12-5 San Francisco 49ers in the conference championship. This is going to be a hard matchup, but maybe Sam Howell can pull through. Here we are against the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to open up with 7. Sam Howell is going to respond with 7. Nice start, 7-10, and then 14-10, taking our first lead of the game here. We're going to make it 21-10 at halftime, opening up half with a punt. Niners respond with 3. Entering the fourth quarter, 21-16. Just run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. What are you doing? No, 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 no. It's 24-16. Our defense clutches, holding the Niners offense to only 16 points is actually crazy. And Sam Howell and the Seattle Seahawks will be moving on to the Super Bowl. Here we are to face the 10-7 New York Jets. Did Aaron Rodgers retire in simulation? He did not. 84 overall, superstar dev, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, and they already have Kenneth Lane, his replacement, in here. So this is why he made the Super Bowl. They drafted his replacement. This is another Jordan Love situation. He got pissed, won league MVP, and now he's in the Super Bowl. For the team upgrades, your king himself, Sam Howell, has been redeemed and now has superstar dev with the Seattle Seahawks. You love to see it here. Our center has star dev. That's cool with me. Defensively, Byron Jones goes up to superstar dev for some reason. I don't know, but sure, I'll take it. Kendricks comes with star dev, and then Will Edmonds also comes with star dev. Also, just wanted to mention that Josh Allen did sign with the Jets last year, so he could have been a Super Bowl champion. I don't know, maybe he will be one here with the Jets, but we're going to start out 14-0, and we get the ball at half, so realistically it's 21-7 here, but 21-7, 21-14, halftime 24-14, and we don't score a touchdown. I don't know how we got that close to the red zone and didn't score, but 24, now 30-21, 30-24, and we're going to hold on. Josh Allen, you should have sided with the Seattle Seahawks because Sam Howell and the Seattle Seahawks are going to make this a successful rebuild in year number 2. I honestly didn't expect that. I thought we would have to move on from Sam Howell because in my previous Seahawks rebuild that I had to do, and file got corrupted, and I had to do a whole nother video, aka this video. Yeah, Sam Howell was terrible, but in this simulation, he's a baller, preventing Aaron Rodgers from winning the Super Bowl and retiring a Super Bowl champion. Get off the field, Rodgers. You're washed. It's time. No, I'm kidding. Rodgers is still a good quarterback. And your Super Bowl MVP is Devin Witherspoon here, and there are no other awards for the Seattle Seahawks, but we still have 2 more seasons to go. And in the NFC West, Joe Flacco retires with another Super Bowl ring. For the re-signings, Charles Cross. Do I just want to pay him rather than accepting his option? I think I would. Sam Howell is the guy. I'm keeping my scheme fit. I'm not changing it. And dang, I should have signed him at the midseason mark. I wanted to see how he performs. His contract just went from $30 million a year to $50 million a year. Either way, I have to keep him. He re-signs on that massive contract. Julian Love, I'm going to tag and trade. Everyone else here, Byron Jones can walk, and all these other guys I don't want. So Julian Love, just going to tag and trade you just because now I have to pay him $21 million a year. Absolutely not, dude. So now I don't really know how this went through, but I'm trading away Jordan Love for a strong safety swap, getting star dev young Jordan Battle from the Bengals, 82 overall, and also got Von Bell just because the Bengals were in cap debt, so I just wanted to take his contract off them, and I'll keep Von Bell just as a depth player. That's cool with me because I'm not paying Julian Love $21 million a year to be a normal dev, aging, strong safety. Not doing that. Well, Jordan Battle, I don't have to pay his contract. He's young. He has star dev. He'll eventually be an 85 overall as well, so I'm cool with this. I'm pretty sure I just said Jordan Love. I meant to say Julian Love. You guys probably know that. So I didn't really have much cap room in free agency, but I'm getting Lakeland Tomlinson's replacement in Landon Dickerson. 26 years old. He had high interest with the team. Did he get re-signed with the Eagles in real life? I don't know. Either way, he's on my team now. Devin Wooten here with A man coverage, B zone coverage, 5'11", 201 out of Maryland here. He looks pretty good, but my problem is I'm at pick 22 and nobody has selected him yet. So is there something wrong with this guy that I don't know about? Oh, the problem is that Paul Tyson is on the board here with A's and B's on the board as well. Paul Tyson with B catching, A man coverage, B zone coverage, B press. He's 1 inch taller, maybe a little bit heavier. I didn't really look at that. He's more balanced in his athleticism. Nothing crazier, but honestly, his skills look a little bit better. I'm going to take Paul Tyson here over the other guy. He has hidden dev. He's man-to-man, 6 foot, 200 pounds, 91 speed, 94 acceleration. He's going to be the Byron Murphy replacement, and we're going to have a crazy trio here at defensive back. I also forgot I had another first-round pick from the Vikings, so that was cool. So with that, I'm going to be picking up another tight end with Noah Fant, Noah Duffy here. We got 2 Noahs at tight end out of Florida State, 6'6", 251 possession, and then he has 82 speed, 83 acceleration, hidden dev. I'm honestly going to start him. I want to see how he does. So after the Landon Dickerson signing, I'm in negative cap room, so I'm going to need to make some cuts here. Starting with Lakeland Tomlinson, I only save $1 million, but I don't really need him as a second string. I already have decent depth. And then Draymond Jones, I already know his contract is pretty big here, so I don't want him on the team either. Yeah, that's going to be a big load off my back. Pause. Not like that. Not like that. Pause. Hold up, boys. Anyways, Ballard, I got him in the later rounds, I believe in the later third round. He's a 69 overall, nice, but he has 93 strength. And then Tyson is a 77 overall. That's really good for the team. Edmonds is going to start, and then this defensive back group is so stacked, depth heavy really, but everything else looks really good. 84 overall team is nothing crazy, but it won a Super Bowl. That's what matters, boys. We could potentially do it again. Duffy is going to be the starter here, and I need a new mentor QB for Sam Howell. And that mentor QB will be Jimmy Garoppolo. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 5-2, second in the division this time. Team is still doing good other than our defensive passing game. I add another defensive back, get 2 new safeties, and apparently we're just worse at that. I don't really know how that makes sense, but sure. And then for the player of the week, we have Tariq Woolen with 6 tackles, pick 6 as well, so he's doing great. We have a breakout DB as well. Who will this be? It's going to be Tariq Woolen, who could get Superstar X Factor here, so I guess we'll see. Scouting national focus, I really don't need anything for the team, so sure, why not more depth at middle linebacker? And for the players that had to negotiate, we have $130 million to spend. DK Metcalf, absolutely. Will he re-sign? And he does. Next up is K9, easily a guy I want back, $14 million a year, 5-year deal. He resigns as well. Tariq Woolen, he's about to get Superstar X Factor, so if he does and his contract spikes, I want to re-sign him now, and he does resign, so that'd be perfect timing if he does get that X Factor. Charles Cross, I want to pay my franchise left tackle, $16 million a year. He resigns. Glad to see everyone has an interest with the team after winning the Super Bowl. Abraham Lincoln here, not Abraham Lincoln, Lucas. My God, I don't know what I just said. Either way, 5-year deal, $15 million a year. He resigns. Jerome Baker, I mean, he is 28. He's about to start regression. But either way, it wouldn't be bad just to keep him for the rest of the rebuild. He's been good for us, so I'm going to re-sign him. Noah Fant, already have his replacement. I really don't want to pay a tight end who is a second string for me right now, $8 million a year. So I think I'm just going to say no to that. And also, I just came to check up on Duffy. He is a superstar dev. So yeah, there's no reason in paying Noah Fant. Terrell Dodson, I don't mind him. He's about to start regression, but at the same time, do I really want to pay a guy who's about to be 28 years old, isn't even at an 80 overall, around $9 million a year? Probably not. I'll just draft another linebacker, honestly. And then Boye Mafe hasn't been bad, but it depends how he does this season. Von Bell, I just took him off the Bengals' hands just because his cap room. Leonard Williams, I wouldn't mind back, but I'm going to wait for him to regress. Same thing with Tyler Lockett. All these other guys, Michael Dixon, I care about. JSN and Devin Witherspoon, I'll accept their option, but Michael Dixon, I'll just give him a 4-year deal. The Panthers regress slower than any other position, so I'm cool with that. And apart from that, let's see how Tariq Woolen does with his breakout challenge. So we beat the Saints 31-9, absolute lockdown. Hopefully it was from Tariq Woolen. Coach, football is simpler than people think, but it's about one-on-one matchups. The better man always wins. Yes, sir. X Factor for Tariq Woolen. And also, we just signed him, so it's great that we got that off. Tariq Woolen, superstar X Factor, is baller to see. And also, that win now puts us at 6-2, not at the top of the division, but either way, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, 10-7, second in the division behind the Niners again, but that obviously doesn't matter because we started off this way in the last season and won the Super Bowl, coming off a loss to the Packers. So history repeats itself. Let's see if we can beat the 11-6 Washington Commanders. Our team ranks are looking good, but first let's see the stats and awards. Sam Howell here does not look nearly as good. He's stopped playing once he got paid. Still a top 10 offense, 24th best defense here. I mean, it's not bad in interceptions, but this is the worst seasons he's had yet, right after we paid him, which is unfortunate, but at least we got a ring so far, so that's good. K9 with 4,700 yards, 48 touchdowns, 17 touchdowns. 17 touchdowns and 4.8 average, not 48 touchdowns, my bad. DK Metcalf with almost 100 receptions, JSN with 100 receptions, but DK Metcalf with 1,300 yards, 5 touchdowns, JSN 9 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Noah Duffy, the rookie, with 88 receptions, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett, honestly, I don't even want to resign him because he's going to regress even further. 1 touchdown, 500 yards, getting outperformed by our new tight end. Jerome Baker with 130 tackles for a loss, 16 for Uchenna Nwosu, 15 for Boye Mafe, sacks, 12.5 for Uchenna Nwosu, our first double-digit sack season for a player here on this rebuild. Boye Mafe with 6, Byron Murphy with 5.5, interceptions, 5 for Devin Witherspoon, and then safeties here is 0 defensive touchdowns, is 1 for Tariq Woolen. Can we beat the Washington Commanders to move on to the divisional round here, back-to-back years? We do. 24-21 here to face the San Francisco 49ers, but this time in the divisional round, not in the conference championship. I don't think we're going to do it. We do not. 38-28, their offense actually does something here as we're going to move into the offseason. And the Packers beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Jordan Love wins the Super Bowl MVP, and there are no awards here for the Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers retires on the Vikings? What happened, dude? In the NFC West, no Seahawks retire, but Matthew Stafford retires on the Rams. And for the team upgrades, Duffy goes from superstar to superstar X Factor, already surpassing Noah Fant, and the best part is I don't have to pay him. Got this guy Norwell here that the AI drafted, so I guess he's going to replace Tyler Lockett. Offensive line is looking great. Defensively, Terrell Dodson goes to superstar, but still doesn't go up in overall sense, so I don't really know how that works. Devin Witherspoon goes up to superstar dev as well. Tariq Woolen, we already know, went up to X Factor. Team looks great. Let's move into the re-signings. JSN here, I'm going to accept his option. Devin Witherspoon, I'm also going to accept his option. Noah Fant can walk. Terrell Dodson, I mean, he just doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like the scheme fit. Womp womp, buddy. I'm not going to pay you $10 million a year. Didn't even progress after getting superstar dev. Boye Mafe did get star dev. I forgot to mention that. He only had 6 sacks for us. He wasn't balling necessarily. He hasn't really been balling for us like I usually see him in simulation, but I'm honestly just going to pass on him just because I really don't need him. I'd rather just pay someone big-time money in free agency. Leonard Williams, I'll give him another year with the team. That's $17 million. That's a lot more than I expected it to be, but he resigns with the team. Tyler Lockett, Kobe Bryant, Rashawn Jenkins, and all the other guys can walk, except for Jimmy Garoppolo, who I want his mentor tag for another season. But let's move into free agency. After free agency, I got superstar DJ Moore for our wide receiver 2, and then JSN's going to be the 3. Odafe Owe here, or Odafe Owe, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's going to be the replacement edge rusher for Boye Mafe here, and I have minimal cap room left, but thankfully it is the final season. In the first round, picking up middle linebacker BJ Howard to replace Terrell Dodson. Obviously going to move him to left outside linebacker. 6'3", 235. I was about to say 335. That would have been crazy. Field general with elite speed, 91 speed, 87 acceleration, hidden dev, A's and B's across the board. Now this is the team going into the 4th and final year. Wow, the AI picked up the replacement for Sam Howell after 1 year. I did not draft this guy, but he doesn't seem too bad. Honestly, oh, dude, 88 speed, 89 89 acceleration, 91 change of direction. Let's look at this dude's dev. He's also wearing Russell Wilson's number, but his dev is just star, so maybe we already have the replacement for Sam Howell, but obviously the rebuild ends after this season. Receiving core is crazy, especially with the new X-Factor tight end and DJ Moore. Team looks amazing. Only an 87 overall, nothing nuts, but I need to move Odafe Owe to right end. And after making those changes, my team now drops to an 86 overall, so I don't really know how that works, but it is what it is. It's a better team, I think, like that, so I'm cool with this. I got Derek Wall here, I believe in the second round. He had like 93 strength, 92 strength, something around there. Either way, he's only a normal dev. Team looks amazing once again, always pointed out. And finally, fourth and final year, we've already won a Super Bowl ring. Let's see if we can do it again. K9's up to a 99 overall, but no X Factor with the boost here. Let's just see how we do and just skip past the midseason mark and into the playoffs. This is my favorite part of EA. After being a Super Bowl winning team and improving my team in every way, we go 8-9, miss the playoffs after all my offensive ranks are in the green. My defensive passing game is 30th with superstar X Factor Tariq Woolen. I have depth at strong safety, depth at free safety, and then I also have superstar Devin Witherspoon, and it's ranked 30th in the league for absolutely no reason. Stats and awards, Sam Howell is back to his former self, and I guess he just had a slump, but either way, third best offense, 27th best defense for, again, no reason. 4,200 yards, 39 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 121 pass rating, baller a year for Sam Howell, and a baller a year for K9. This would definitely be a superstar X Factor after having 1,700 yards, 5.3 per carry, 19 touchdowns, DK 13 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, DJ Moore almost 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, JSN 11 touchdowns, 900 yards, Duffy 750 yards and 5 touchdowns. Defensively, 128 tackles for a loss, 13 for Leonard Williams, sacks 8.5 for Leonard Williams, 8 for Byron Murphy, 7 for Odafe Owe, and receptions 2 for Devin Witherspoon, 2 for Jordan Battle, and 2 for Tariq Woolen, and then safeties on the team is going to be 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So this is going to be a really ugly way to end the rebuild, but a win's a win. I don't know how Sam Howell's a top 10 QB. We just missed the playoffs at 8-9 just because the AI says so. It's really frustrating to do videos like these whenever it just doesn't make sense and you see no improvement throughout the game. But Madden 25, it doesn't look bad. It's just not going to be nearly as good as NCAA 25. Everyone already knows this. Either way. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Comment down below which team you want me to do next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.